Hey, it's Faye. 9 months later and I've changed my body. I feel stronger in so many ways and I've never encountered resilience the way I did, like with Copilot. I have so much to talk about today and it's not gonna be all pretty, but if you're struggling with your weight and your relationship with food, I know how incredibly complex and emotionally taxing it is to go through all of that from the moment you wake up to feel like you're already suppressing your hunger, having to have the control and discipline. It's difficult and sometimes people don't fully get it. They're like, dude, it's easy. It's a formula. It's simple. It's not that complicated. There's just some things that people don't understand, and there's a group of us that understand it's not a formula. It's not black and white. It's frustrating that people minimize that and think it's because we're lazy or that we're just weak. To those who have been struggling with weight loss and weight gain, I just want you to know that I see you. Even when people don't understand, I understand. And it's hard, but I hope you feel less alone watching this video because it gets lonely and then you start feeling like you're the one to blame. I want you here. I want you to see the ugly, but also see how rewarding it is. And I hope this video finds the right people. I wouldn't have been able to do this without the help of Copilot, so thank you so much for sponsoring this video and also for partnering up with my health journey. It means so much to me. You guys have no idea. I know it sounds cliche, but you guys have helped me unlock levels beyond my limits. It's been a tumultuous symphony of hurdles, tears, wanting to give up so badly, but I'm here and I continue to show up every day. Not for anyone else, but for me. So if you're not sure what Copilot is, it's a one-on-one remote personal training service. So to all the fools in my Instagram reel comments, yes, I have a coach. Her name is Olivia. She's the one who personalizes all my workouts tailored to what I want to gain. I don't have to feel pressure to live up to anyone's standards but mine. And you know what? Copilot focuses on consistency, not transformations. We've increased my workout sets, we've readjusted things so I felt ready, moved around workouts multiple times. And by we, I mean my coach. Not me, because I don't have time to think about fitness. It's all planned for. Fitness made easy by Copilot and Miss Olivia. Amen. Too blessed to stress. One thing hasn't changed though, me wanting to perk up my inverted peach and tone my body. What can I say? Pretty loyal. It's been like that since the beginning. I'll show you guys in a little bit how far we've got with my results, but I'm not saying it's easy. Flexibility, yes, because I'm still held accountable for my scheduled workouts. Olivia's not gonna work out for me. I check in with her often. I'm not afraid to ask her for support as I would if she was training me in person. I used to be a little bit hesitant or nervous to tell her like, hey, I can't make it to today's workout, so I'll make it up. Just let your coach know what you got going on and then they'll freeze or pause your workouts. And it's like a burden lifts off my shoulders because I always feel so bad, but then again, like, they're here to make our lives easier and to work around what we can work around. Although we met virtually to create a tangible plan in the beginning, I'm a very shy person, so I prefer chatting and updating through text versus video calls. I love having that option because you will not catch my nervous being preferring a phone call over texting any day. It's so comforting having that alternative, especially if you're socially anxious like I am. You know, honestly, I can't rave about this enough. It has helped me grow significantly with my self-discovery journey along with my health. Forbes was not capping when they named Copilot as one of the best personal trainer apps in 2022. So you can click the link down below for a 14-day free trial with your own personal trainer. And don't worry, you can switch coaches if it's not the right fit for you. Happily, I found my match. Very thankful. Again, if you're like me where you feel stuck and you just don't know what to do, it won't hurt to try your 14-day free trial with your own personal trainer. I've been there. It's the last straw for me. I needed something different and it's been 9 months. I did you a favor. The link's below. Okay guys, I tried to film this 3 times and it's been a mess all times. Hence why I'm sitting in my closet. This space is seriously the only place I ever feel safe to talk. I feel very emotional about this video in a sense. So here's to keeping it together for the sake that you may be here for motivation or source of energy or encouragement. These are the kinds of comments that would have destroyed me years ago had I not gotten to understand my body the way I do today. No one deserves this. You don't know if someone's lost 100 pounds and they're in the best shape and body they've ever been in their whole life. You don't know if this is a body of a new mother. You don't know what someone's health history says. You also have no idea how a woman's body works. You know what disappointed me most? In a thread of men yelling at my body. Which again, I can care less about those baldies. But instead, the women who are putting down not just my apple body, but those who viewed my body as their own. But guess what, babe? You're the most gorgeous, womanly, strong, and compelling human being there is. Honestly, I don't know how I upset so many people just because I carry a little bit more love in my belly. I've been on this path of reshaping my body using Copilot since March, and since we last checked in, I was at the thinnest point of my whole journey. My workout habits have been very similar, if not the same. However, my relationship with food has been the biggest awakening call these past 3 months. A person sitting in similar skin to mine can be so extremely confident, even when being slammed with hateful comments from lonely strangers. I've been on social media for like 10 years. I've grown 2 or so. You know, but the negative voices we hear in our head is its own entity. It's actually my internal dialogue, the critical inner voice, that turns myself against me. Let us take a rain check for a second. I've never felt this consistent with exercise in my entire life. The last 3 months for sure has been demanding of efforts that some days I couldn't get. My fire doesn't have as many blue flames as it did the first 3 months when I was hot and ready to go. But guess what? I still held a bar over me, even when I felt like rhino poo, and those things are gigantic. Even though I still just work out Monday, Tuesday, Fridays, Copilot has instilled discipline in me beyond exercise. Taking accountability as soon as reality wakes me up. I really didn't think I could do it, and I don't say that lightly. Like, I really didn't think I can make it through these past 3 months. In the past, giving up has been so easy. There was just no consequence to it, but this time around, having my coach, I knew I couldn't disappoint her and myself. See, on days I work out, as soon as I wake up, I know there's responsibility waiting for me. My sole focus is to click submit workout. I don't see anything beyond that, and until I finish my workout, then I can move on. I know that sounds a little rough, but it really was that tough love I needed, because that habit of discipline led into the days that I wasn't working out. On those days, I wake up, prioritize, and focus on one responsibility to set the tone for the day. Anything that takes an hour of focus. And honestly, that's not by choice, girl. Trust me, I just want to sleep in a little, okay? But just imagine being on that for 9 months, you naturally have that mindset. I find that when doing this all day, my productivity and central point sharpens, especially because I set the tone with a point of convergence. Think of it like this. No one wants to write with a dual pencil all day long. Now, 9 months is a long time. Whether you believe me or not, please know that it is such a long time. I don't know why I said that. Although most of my experience have been so positive, and a lot of the results that I've obtained has a lot to do with mentality, not just all physicality, there has been a handful of moments where I struggled, and I tell myself all the time that this comes with the territory. Anything that has to do with my body will encounter negative, tempting ideals. So it's been a chip on my shoulder through years of wiring myself to obsess over body image issues. I think there's a huge importance to share this side as well, especially when it comes to the body. I kept saying, I hope this finds the right people, because there's some type of psychological relief knowing there's someone like me.
Haven't you had enough?
You know how I quit the scale earlier this year? Like, I was doing so good, girl. Like, so good. I made a promise to myself to not dictate my likeliness through numbers on a little square platform that I stand on and can barely see over my hanging stomach. So one morning I woke up and it was like clockwork. I didn't think about it, but went under my sink and grabbed my scale. It read 153. That was her starting weight. With the hatred I'd grown toward myself through the years, I try my best to stray away from her. And it sucks to say that because she is me. If you've been following this, I have a weird identity crisis where I just cannot see the two as one. Remember that inner critic we were talking about? Every morning I woke up and I kept pushing myself through my morning routine. Of course, she is disciplined. However, the depressive thoughts created by this number eluded otherwise, and I overcompensated with food.
Haven't you had enough?
Consciously or not, emotional eating has been the root of all my weight issues my whole life. Food is the cure to my stress, my anxiety, whenever I feel overwhelmed, when I'm bored, and when I'm not hungry, I still seek for food. The dopamine incline, I can't sort this out. I know there's a group of you guys that I feel truly understood by, and it's so hard to describe this almost addiction to food. I just mean I feel insane sometimes. It's like a bacteria in my head that literally is eating me up. Then it gets confusing because I have normal days. As soon as things get good, I shred the fridge. It feels like a dependency on food. It's a much bigger problem than just that. And so telling me to just drink a glass of water to feel full is like a joke. That's almost offensive to me. It's like telling someone, oh, you're overthinking, just stop thinking. I just feel like I've tried everything. When I'm at a place where I go weeks doing so good, I'm not suppressing, I don't calorie count, I still have what I'm craving with normal proportions. I cook all my meals, I try to find alternatives, I stay away from artificial and commercial products. I tried fasting, I tried keto, I just feel like I've tried so much. When I do good and I'm on this ride doing things that I'm supposed to be doing, the cravings creep in. If I open that door even the slightest, it is game over for me. I just don't feel like I can do it. I've not been able to prove myself that I could do that. It sounds so stupid and it looks humiliating, and I know it's not always like this, but it doesn't feel like that because I'm not seeing it. I had a couple rough days. When I was describing this to you guys, I literally felt crazy. From the moment I wake up, I feel like I'm starving. That's not always the case, but I do fixate on the idea of like, what am I gonna have for today? But it has gotten to the point where like when I'm eating my first meal, I can't even be present and enjoy that. I'm already thinking about what I'm gonna have for dinner. After dinner, my body almost goes into like survival mode about how I can no longer eat for the rest of the night. I've become so toxic in my mind with food that I over obsess. It makes me feel like I'm almost an addict to food. So bizarre to say, because I know that I'm not addicted to food, but I also know that food is addicting. Food is a necessity. I have to eat this. It's difficult when you're trying to help yourself, but the trigger is food. You need it. It's a weird place to be in because I don't want to sound extreme and I know my mind can get there, but I also don't want to brush it under the rug because I know it is an issue and it's a problem that I have. So now I'm kind of leaning towards like, is that a nervous system regulation that I need to help? Also feel like very defeated when it comes to your diet, not so much your exercise. Even when we felt like we've done it all, we tried it all, we just haven't reached that level of unlocking that potential, and maybe that's where help steps in. I've discussed this even with Coach Olivia, and she's extended her arm so many times, you know, willing to like, hey, let's talk about it and find some resources and I can help you with nutrition. And that's so kind of her because she doesn't need to go beyond the workouts. She's already helped me so much with mindset. I feel like it's my responsibility to open that door for myself first. It's like I'm desperate for help, but I'm also like not willing to like take that step. And I know that that's based off of fear. After years of trying that, I'm almost like rejecting and resenting any kind of resource until I like allow myself. The help that seeks me is not even going to do much. I've been trying to do more research to like open my eye to find something bigger than myself, to find a reason that's bigger than just losing weight, liking better. Like that's not enough for me anymore. And so I kind of got into a rabbit hole looking at things that are put in food, cancer causing chemicals, the additives that make us addicted to food, damaging dyes dripped and dropped into our foods. I think I'm slowly starting to like hear that voice where it's like, why am I feeding into this franchise that just want people to be sick? And maybe that's the voice I need to follow, and maybe that's what's gonna be bigger than me.
Don't know what I'm feeling, don't know how to keep my thoughts straight, yeah. You got me second guessing, thinking that I made a mistake, but inside feels so nice. Butterflies, wow, yeah. Got me some type of way with every passing day. Don't let it go to waste. Don't know how much time we have, and it's so hard for me to say what's really on my mind.
At least I feel like I have a grip on something that has shifted, and that's Copilot. Like I'm so serious when I say this is not just an app. It has literally strengthened me. I didn't have anything to stand on. Yeah, sure, my food relationship is so freaking rocky. Like, don't even. Yeah, that's a boat that's sinking. That's the Titanic. But when you have a sense of control and discipline in a different area, for me that's working out and exercising, it gives me hope. Copilot is helping me discover a lot of things about myself that I didn't know. I get a little emotional talking about this part too, so I'm just gonna Copilot, girl, you have taught me to be gentle with my body, be patient with my body. You have taught me that my body is doing the best it can. The mornings I work out, I have accumulated so much compassion, and I truly believe like if you can see your body with compassion, it makes you feel graceful It makes you feel forgiving. It makes you feel like you know you're not doing anything wrong. Like when I say like I love my body as its own, like just make this, like when I touch my skin, look at your own body, think to yourself like this body has held on to so much trauma, has gone through so many events, the relationship has carried so many burdens. Like your body deserves nothing but a little compassion. Doesn't it just make you want to give yourself a big hug? Being consistent with my exercise, it has made me look at myself way different. Working out is not just losing weight, it's about this body, it's about how I care for it, it's the way I treat it, and how do I give back, how do I return back the love. Not wishing I was born in someone else's body. It literally can feel you and hear you. What you say is what you feed yourself. I wouldn't trade myself now to what I was 9 months ago. Even when I look a little thicker, more muscularly, these are the muscles I worked for. I built this on my own. You did that. What your version of healthy is may not be someone else's version. You are allowed to feel healthy in your way, in your standard.
Fan blowing cold breeze on your body.
Even though I'm not where I want to be, the muscles I've gained in my arms, my calves, my thighs, oh my gosh, my thighs are sexy. Like I can be confident in that and say, yeah, I have sexy thighs. My back was able to shred a lot more than I thought. Compared to 9 months ago, yeah, it did. Remember how when I started, all I wanted was a peachy peach? I know I'm not anywhere close to having a noticeable peachy peach in my pants, but trust me, on my own time, girl, I feel like Cardi B up in here. Okay, TMI, but I have the shortest butt crack, okay? Ever since working out, I've been pumping and jumping, gassing up those cheeks. My butt crack grew. Girl, I know, doubled in size, and it's because my muscles around it are growing and it's creating this little shadow. That's something to celebrate, okay? I wish you can see it. I know you want to. It also helps that I have such, like, the most genuine, supportive boyfriend ever. He hypes me up. He tells me how beautiful I and my body am. I can't thank him enough for loving my body and me on days when I can't. He's changed my perspective so much about myself. And plus, he can never keep his hands off of me. I don't blame him when I'm Cardi B. You know, but honestly, it just makes me so much more confident in the work I've been putting in. Food or no food, I know I put the work into working out. I know I exercise. I know I'm physically active. I know I move my body. I know how firm I can be with myself when it comes to being consistent with Copilot. And for that, I win. It doesn't stop here. It'll only get better. I'm gonna seek help with food. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I'm gonna figure it out. I trust myself enough, at least now. I was able to prove it to myself in one area, so I feel like I have a leg to stand on, and that is truly why I owe Copilot so much. I am always here for you guys, and I'm rooting for you. So if you're going through this transition in your life, it's not permanent, even though it feels permanent, Faye, it's not. Let's reward ourselves for how far we have come, and then let's figure out those gray areas. Don't forget to click my Copilot link down below to get a 14-day free trial with your own personal trainer. I love you guys so much. Don't let social media fool you, because I am right there with you, girl. We got this though. When have we never have gotten this? Bye, I love you.